late to get your Christmas spirit on. In my neighborhood, it seems like people start putting out the Christmas lights and decorations the day after Thanksgiving. That often makes me feel like I am running behind. Michael Siewert is with me today. And Mike, sometimes I just put up the Christmas flag and hang the wreaths on the door so people will at least think I'm decorated on the inside.
I was going to say the same thing. Yeah, sometimes that's what we do. We trick everybody and they think that we must be really decorated inside.
Exactly. But if you want to see really decorated, you are the man who can do it. You have all kinds of stuff here today.
I brought a lot of goodies today, and what I tried to do was bring a little bit of classy decorations and some maybe more low-key, because some people are very casual with their Christmas decorating, and that's fine. Sometimes I have a problem when they mix a little bit of both, when you have something really pretty, and I mean, some of us have some vintage things that might be a little childish maybe, and sometimes it just doesn't mix so well with it. So sometimes I do like to segregate, and maybe in my home I'll do a more formal Christmas decoration, and then I'll do in another room something a little more casual. So that's what I tried to do today, to bring a little something. So you see this beautiful ballerina here, the snow ballerina.
Beautiful.
I used her last week at the Ballet Christmas Show House. I had her in the middle of the dining room table. Yeah, she's absolutely beautiful. So of course she's very elegant. So I'd like to supplement with her today. So just some ornaments. We'll put them in a container. If I can get them out of here. Here we go. And you know, looking at her dress, you see the detail of the pearls and the sequins and all of that. So you can get a strand of pearls, nothing too extravagant. And if you mix this up a little bit, we'll put some other ornaments in here.
You know, I really love the pearl strands.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
You can layer them out. Everything doesn't have to stay in. You know, if you have this sitting on a coffee table with some books, you can have some of this laying out and around. But you can see how lovely it is with the angel. We probably need a few more ornaments in there.
Is so pretty.
Very pretty, isn't it? While we're on the elegant stage, so I'm all about color. I love pops of color. And you know, the Christmas colors, red and green, they're opposite of each other on the color wheel. So that's why they are used together, because they do enhance one another really nicely. So I have some really bright red cranberries here. And then what we're going to do, brought some beautiful flowers.
They are gorgeous.
We are going to put our water in.
Look at you.
So as you know, a lot of us just put flowers in water. But look how lovely this is. If we put our flowers down in the cranberries, the colors, and you know, we use foam to keep the flowers. These cranberries keep your flowers in place, so we don't need the foam.
Instead of an oasis.
Exactly, yeah. So we can make a beautiful, elegant arrangement.
Do you want me to put this one
Sure,
in there?
yeah. I'd love help. That'd be great. And just so it's not all the same, look at these pretty.
And what are these?
Just I don't know what the flower is, but you know, I go to Kroger.
It just gives you that pop of green.
And it does, and I just look through the flowers they have and just kind of put it together in your cart. You can play with things and see how they look together. But again, very elegant.
I really love the theme here too, where you have with the antlers. Over here, I know we're going to talk about it in a minute, but you've got the same, you know, sort of.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Well, the silver again with the elegant Christmas, I think that is all kind of cohesive together. But isn't that lovely? But that was a nice container. That's a Michael Siewert container that I carry at my store, and just think it's lovely. But look how the red just really pops in there. Look how pretty that is. As opposed to just water, and you're going to see the stems. If you have Oasis, sometimes you see this, but with this, it's just really lovely. So let's go a little more casual. So I have a container. I lined it with, you know, just a regular candy cane.
Yep.
We have a void spot at the bottom. So, you know, last year when we talked about Christmas decorating, I had a box of goodies. So I just pulled some of this out of my box, filled up nicely, and then I just have some Christmas sprigs that we're going to put in here. So again, this is more casual. You know, I wouldn't necessarily have this in the same room. We want to add some color. Again, we want some reds and greens to show. These picks, they're really nice.
The picks are great. You turned me on to picks last year.
Aren't they great? It's easy. It's, you know, it's for us people who are in a hurry and we're trying to make something look like we spent a lot of time putting it together. So
it looks fantastic.
Isn't that lovely? And you know,
I mean, what did that take? 40 seconds maybe?
Isn't that fun? Yeah. And if you wanted to add a little burlap, you certainly could do a ribbon of burlap around it. You know, that would certainly.
Now, would you tie a bow or just a knot?
I think I would tie a knot. And again, you remember last year we had those little picks? You could put a pick in the middle of the knot. So again, just to kind of. But look how lovely that is. There we go.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's
so that's
so
nice.
pretty.
Again, it's a little more casual.
And there's no like little line of demarcation. You just have all of that hidden from where the two meet. It
exactly.
looks great.
Isn't that great? So let's see. We have, this is stuff I picked up in my yard this morning. So first of all, again, let's see. No, this is not the water. I'm going ahead of myself here. I cut these off of an evergreen tree in my yard.
Yeah.
So we'll just, in the pine cones I picked up in my yard this morning. So we're just going to kind of mix these up in here a little bit.
Are you thinking ahead, or are you just doing it until it looks right?
I thought ahead to do the show, and then now, of course, I have it in my brain of what I'm doing, so it's easy. But you know, I had to think about it a little bit. This is just a pick of berries, some fake berries, and I'm pulling the berries off because we want a little pop of color. So as we're doing this, and you could do this with cranberries if you wanted to. The cranberries are going to go bad after a while, so this could last, you know, several weeks and not be a problem. But see how pretty that is? And then pine cones and a little more green.
You could do them with red M&Ms and eat half of them while you're doing it.
That's funny. That'd be great. But see how lovely that is with the color in there.
I love it.
Again, the container with the silver antlers, it kind of, like you said, falls into line with what we have here.
Absolutely. And let's get on over here because we have about 1 minute left.
Okay, great.
And I don't want to skip out on this or your
We had this at the Holiday Show House 2 years ago. I had a big amaryllis in there. So this could be used for a variety of things. Yeah, it's really super.
Now, and you're leaving this just like it is?
Just you know, sometimes simple is better. Some people would decorate it and put ornaments and things in there, but sometimes simple is better. So, again, some cranberries in a container.
And I love the red charger here with your plate.
We're going to put a little water with the cranberries.
So nice.
And then we have a floating candle on your dining room table. How lovely is that?
That's beautiful.
Again, it's simply stated. What I had in mind for this, I know we don't have much time left. I've got a pretty ribbon here. And if I could use your finger for one moment. Let's see. We'll just tie it in a knot, but we can say there's a bow. But if we have this, again, a sprig from outside, we can stick right in there. The red and the green really pop. Look how fresh that is on that charger.
That's very pretty.
Isn't that nice?
Let me hold that up a little bit.
Oh, I have one fantastic last thing. Look at these little candy canes that I've hot glued together.
No way.
And look what we're doing. We're making a nameplate for Jenny. That's where Jenny's going to sit tonight.
Oh, that's just wonderful.
Isn't that great?
You hot glued the candy canes. That is so cute.
It's fun.
You are so clever, Michael.
How fun.
Love it. Well, these are fabulous ideas, and I can't thank you enough for giving us your time today and sharing all your talented ideas with us.
Always a pleasure to be here. Great. Happy holidays.
That's right. Happy holidays.